We will continue from where we left last time. We are reading the story of Ambarish Maharaj. Real quick question. Who is Ambarish Maharaj? Who is Ambarish Maharaj? Pipin Prabhu. Who is he? No, forget about his name of his father. Anything about Ambarish Maharaj you remember?
He was a king.
He was a king.
And he was also a devotee of Kṛṣṇa.
Yes, he was a king, he is devotee of Kṛṣṇa. And anything else? Who is his father? Nabhaga. Very good. Anything about Ambarish Maharaj, what we read so far? Huh? He is from Ikshvaku dynasty. Are you sure? Yes.
He got also curse from Durvasa.
He got curse from Durvasa Muni. We have not read till there. Yes. Good. We remember something. And also we read two famous verses last time. Savai mana Kṛṣṇa padāra vindayo. Most important point, Bhagavatam emphasized that he is engaging all his senses. He engaged all his senses in devotional service. That is the most important thing about Mahārāja Ambarīṣa. And also, he was ruling the entire earth. Sapta Dvipavatim Patim. It is told. Now we are continuing, reading from verse number 21 and a couple of more verses we will read today. How he was ruling. This verse is talking about how Ambarisha was ruling the kingdom. Evam sada karma kalāpamatmanaha.
Evam sada karma kalāpamatmanaha.
Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje.
Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje.
Sarvatma bhavam vidadan mahimimam.
Sarvatma bhavam vidadan mahimimam.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsaha.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsaha.
Someone can repeat. Evam sada karma kalāpamatmanaha.
Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje.
Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje.
Sarvatma bhavam vidadan mahimimam.
Sarvatma bhavam
Vidadan mahimimam.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsaha.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsaha. Mataji. Evam sada karma kalāpamatmanaha.
Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje.
Paredhi yajñe
Bhagavatya dokshaje.
Sarvatma bhavam vidadan mahimimam.
Sarvatma bhavam vidadan mahimimam.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsa.
Tannishta viprābihitasya shāsa. Evam means what? Evam. Huh? Anybody? Evam. Evam. Sanskrit when we say evam. Evam. Evam means thus, like this. Like what? The word started with like this. Huh? Savai mana Kṛṣṇa padāra vindayo. Like this means like the previous, whatever is told in the previous verses. Means he was engaging all his senses in devotional service. Evam sada karma kalāpamatmanaha. This is how he is performing all his duties. Evam sada, always. Karma kalāpamatmanaha. This is how he was performing duties. He was only chanting, hearing, and then other activities. But he was also ruling the kingdom. But even while ruling the kingdom, while doing the kingly duties, he was always Krishna conscious. He was always Krishna conscious. What he was doing? Paredhi yajñe bhagavatya dokshaje. Paredhi Yajñe Bhagavatyadokshaje. He was performing many of the yajñas. Paredhi Yajñe Bhagavatyadokshaje. Sarvatma Bhavam Vidadan Mahimimam. He had this Sarvatma Bhavam. Prabhupada is translating that Sarvatma Bhavam as all different varieties of devotional service. Like this, he was performing all different varieties of devotional service. Vidadan, he was executing. Mahimimam, this earth, the entire earth planet he was ruling like this. Shashashaha, Shashashaha, he ruled. He was ruling. This is how he was conducting. Tanishta Vipra Abhihitaha. Tat means, many times I told the meaning of Tat. What is the meaning of Tat? Huh? That. What is that? If you don't know the meaning of Om Tat Sat, it always refers to Krishna. Bhagavad Gita has a verse. It said that Om Tat Sat means Krishna. Tanishta, Tadnishta. Tadnishta means what? Krishna consciousness. Nishta of the Supreme Lord means bhakti unto the Supreme Lord. Tanishta Bhava. Tanishta Bhava means those who are having bhava for the Supreme Lord. Who are those? Devotees. Tanishta Bhava Vipra. Vipra means Brahmanas. The Brahmanas who are devotees of the Lord. Tanishta Bhava Vipra Bihitaha. Taking their advice. As per their advice. As per their guidance. As per their instruction. He was Shashashaha. He was ruling. He was a great devotee of the Lord. Evam Sada Karma Kalapa Matmanaha. He was executing his duties like this. Paredhi Yajñe Bhagavatyadokshaje. He was performing the sacrifices to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Athokshaja. Sarvatma Bhavam Vidadhan Mahimimam Tanishta Viprabhihita Shashasaha. By taking advice of the devotee Brahmanas, he was ruling the kingdom. He was ruling the entire earth by performing devotional service. He was doing his Swadharma very nicely. He was doing the devotional service, Parodharma, very nicely. Many times when people do Swadharma, means their own duties as per Varna and Ashrama, they have a lot of attachment. That is also okay. Because gradually, when they come to the Jnana platform, that attachment will go away. Because at least they are doing the activities prescribed for that particular Varna and Ashrama. But kings like Ambariṣa, why were they doing Swadharma? They are already great devotees. He was engaging all his senses in devotional service. What is the need for him to do Swadharma? To set as an example. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tatta deve taro jana sayat pramanam kurute lokastad. Just to set example. There is a word used in Bhagavad Gita, loka sangraha. For the benefit of the world, they are doing. There are three types of devotees. There are three types of devotees. We generally know Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttam. But there is another classification done by Baladeva Vidyabhushana. Anybody knows that qualification? Three types of devotees. He said devotees are three types. He said Swanishtita devotees. Swanishtita devotees, they have their job and they have their activities, duties. But they chant 16 rounds. Yeah. And more and less follow the regulative principles. Once in a while go to yatra, maybe attend a Sunday program. This is Swanishtita devotees. Means 9.15 hours in office, maybe 2 hours devotional service, something like that. More is Swadharma, less is Parodharma. That is Swanishtita. They are good. I am not saying they are bad. We are all in that category. Yeah, we cannot call ourselves bad. So, in Christianity, in fact, when they address anybody else as sinners, We don't do like that in Sanatana Dharma. It's very rare you got human form of life. Like, no, you are not a sinner. Come on, you can make it. Like, no, this thing. Generally, you see anything on statements from some scripture on the road, you say, oh, sinners. It is like that. No. They're good people, but more is for themselves, little is for devotion service. That is Swanishtita, first category. We are very clear, we understand. Then second type of devotees are called Paranishtita. More of devotional service, little less, only very small. Why do they do that small thing? To set example, Paranishtita devotees, they are fixed in devotion service. They are only hearing, chanting and doing other things. But they do this thing. Yeah. And we have third type of devotees. Who those are? Nirapeksha devotees. They are also called Aikantika devotees. They are also called Ananya devotees. Nothing else. Indra Prabhu. Sit in Vṛndāvana and chant. No family. No example for others. Like, no. They are just doing their own devotional service. Not bothered about anything else. Because that is sufficient. So, Swanishtita, Paranishtita, Nirapeksha. What is Ambarish Maharaj? Anybody? Huh? Paranishtita devotee. Why is Paranishtita devotee? He was doing devotional service excellent, and also along with it, to set example, he is doing this thing. So, how he is doing? Now I am reading translation and few things from purport. Translation. In performing his prescribed duties as king, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa always offered the results of his royal activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Paredi yagnye bhagavantyadhokshaje. And who is Krishna? Who is the enjoyer of everything and beyond the perception of material senses? He is adhyagnya athokshaja. A is the first letter in alphabets. Ksha is the last letter. Aksha means starting from first to last. Akshaja means that which is born of letters, that which can be expressed, that which can be described. Atha Akshacha means beyond the letters, beyond the description of letters. That is Supreme Lord. That's why his name is Athokshaja. He is Athiyagya. Bhagavad Gita, it is also told. Arjuna asked one question. What is Adhyagya? Who is Adhyagya? Who is Adhyagya? Krishna, correct? What was the answer given in Bhagavad Gita? Adhyagya. Who is that? Super soul. Yeah, supreme enjoyer, supreme proprietor, super soul. That is Adhyagya. In performing his prescribed duties as king, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa always offered the results of his royal activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the enjoyer and is beyond the perception of material senses. So, he is Athokshaja, beyond the perception of material senses. He certainly took advice from Brahmanas, Vipra, who were faithful devotees of the Lord. You may be thinking, Prabhupada is adding something extra here. The verse only told Brahmanas. No, verse is very clear. Tannishta vipra bihitasya shāṣaha. He took the advice from the Brahmanas who are faithful devotees of the Lord, and thus he ruled the planet Earth without difficulty. Shashashaha. He ruled the earth nicely because he took the advice of devotees. Now the entire purport, Prabhupada was talking about what? Who is a Brahmana? Devotee Brahmana. Take advice from the devotee Brahmanas. Some examples. Bali Maharaja rejected the advice of Shukracharya. What did Shukracharya tell him? Don't give charity to Vishnu. He will come and take everything from you. This Vaman. Yeah. He's cheating you. Don't give anything to him. He will take away. Your possessions, all my possessions will be gone because you are maintaining. He said no. And then also, the Vedic Brahmana story we know in Mathura Brahmanas. They were doing yajna, everything, but they didn't understand that Krishna is the enjoyer of the yajna. Krishna is the bhokta. And he is asking, give this food. They said, no, they cannot give. So, many times people go to Brahmanas. I was wearing dhoti and kurta, just roaming in the township. One boy one day asked me, Pandit ji, promotion के लिए कुछ पूजा लगता है क्या? I said, yes. Yeah. So, in office not doing anything and simply just roaming around with some girls in township, and then he was asking me that कोई पूजा लगता है क्या? Generally they go to Brahmanas. Why they go? Like you pay some money, you get puja, everything will be done, you can enjoy, you don't have to do anything. Yeah. Of course, I will not tell you what I told him. Yeah. But that's how people go to Brahmanas. But he was not going to that kind of Brahmanas. Like for everything you ask anything, they will only talk about material sense enjoyment. Yeah, you want this? Come on, I have puja for you. You do this thing, pay this much money, I'll do for you. No. Right. He was only going to those devotees, Brahmanas. And Prabhupada is talking. Now you read the purport very carefully. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 5:29, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti mruchyati. People are very much anxious to live in peace and prosperity in this material world. And here in Bhagavad Gita, the peace formula is given personally by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone should understand that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the ultimate proprietor of all the planets and is therefore the enjoyer of all activities. Political, social, cultural, religious, economic and so on. All Krishna is Bhokta for everything. The Lord has given perfect advice in Bhagavad Gita, and Ambarish Maharaj, as the ideal executive head, ruled the entire world as a Vaishnava, taking advice from Vaishnava Brahmanas. Some people say this Prabhupada always writes Brahmana before Brahmana he will append Vaishnava Brahmanas. Why is he doing like that? It is Sukadeva Goswami is doing. Tannishta bhava, tannishta viprabhihitaha. If you just replace that word Vaishnava here and just put Brahmana, there will be same problem. You will find any Brahmana and then say that, puja for promotion or puja for this, puja for that, without understanding the purpose of life. Yeah. The Shastras enjoin that even though a Brahmana may be well versed in the occupational Brahminical duties and may be very learned in the Vedic knowledge, he cannot give advice as a guru until he is a Vaishnava. What is wrong with Brahmanas? They are nice people. They are in Sattva Guna. They are supposed to be the face of the Supreme Lord. And what is wrong in taking Brahmanas' advice? Why only we need Tannishta Vipra? Why only we need devotee Brahmanas? You may have question. Prabhupada is answering that question. He only raising this possible question and answering. Satkarma Nipuro Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharadaha Avaishnavo Gurur Nasyat Vaishnavas Swapacho Guruhu. Therefore, as indicated here by the words, Tannishta Viprabhitaha, Mahārāja Ambarīṣa took advice from Brahmanas who were pure devotees of the Lord. For ordinary Brahmanas who are merely learned scholars or experts in performing ritualistic ceremonies are not competent to give advice. Because they are not competent to give. They may be mantra, tantra, visharada, but if they are not Vaishnava, they do not know the purpose of life is to please Supreme Lord. So that is not very much useful. Yeah. They are only expert in performing some pujas, ritualistic ceremonies. They are not competent to give advice. So when you want advice, we should go to devotee Brahmana. Remember this. In modern times, there are legislative assemblies whose members are authorized to make laws for the welfare of the state. What is it called? Parliament. Yeah. In parliament they collect people from all over, and then imagine some people are beating each other there, some people are scolding each other, some people are taking something and throwing at the speaker. It's all coming relay, and then like this, so many things people are doing. Yeah. Why? Because most of those people, they do not know the purpose of life. They are not the devotees of the Lord. They are simply trying to simply wasting their time and simply making a show that I am taking care of people, but they are not. But according to this description of the kingdom of Mahārāja Ambarīṣa, the country or the world should be ruled by the chief executive whose advisors are all devotee brahmanas. Yeah. So the real advisors for any kingdom should be the devotee brahmanas. Even the Muslim rulers know this. Most of the Muslim rulers who ruled India, they had devotee brahmana advisors. Yeah. Of course, why the devotee brahmanas were advising them? Because they were also forced, captured and other things. We know Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami was helping who? Nawab Hussain Shah. Yeah. Like that we see. Such advisors or members of the Legislative Assembly should not be professional politicians, nor should they be selected by the ignorant public. They cannot be selected by the ignorant people. Or is Prabhupada talking about autocracy or something like that? Yeah, in one sense, yes. Prabhupada was talking about monarchy. God-conscious monarch should be the king. Not that innocent people, they'll say, oh, we'll give you 10 rupees, you vote. We'll give you a liquor bottle tonight, you vote. Tomorrow morning, they'll vote for that person. Then what kind of person they will elect? Whoever gives money. Yeah. Like that here our local leader, he was keep on giving money for many years. Now this time also he gave. Though his party, everybody lost, he still won. I don't know what is he doing now. But like that. There are people like this. Simply, such kind of people will be elected by ignorant people. They do not know anything. So they will elect. So that then it will not work. The leader should be like a king like Ambarish, monarch. And the advisors, the ministers should be the Vaishnava Brahmanas. In fact, one time, Prabhupada gave a letter to Indira Gandhi. He gave a letter to Indira Gandhi in that he wrote, you become Queen Mother. Make Sanjay the Prime Minister of India. There should be 2 hours Harinam Sankirtan in the parliament. And then all the parliament members should be Vaishnavas. They should put tilak. Jenu also. Okay. They should have Brahminical qualification. And like that, Prabhupada has given few points to Indira Gandhi. So, same thing here. If the king, see now, at least the government we have in the center, they were taking advice from many different Sanatana Dharma groups. It's okay. But if in the absence of such thing, we have seen in the past, there's chaos in society. Rather, they should be appointed by the king. When the king, the executive head of the state, is a devotee and he follows the instructions of devotee brahmanas in ruling the country, everyone will be peaceful and prosperous. When the king and his advisors are perfect devotees, nothing can be wrong in the state. All the citizens should become devotees of the Lord, and then their good character will automatically follow. It is said that the king is devotee, the advisors are devotees, then everybody in the kingdom will be citizen, their devotees. It is told that when Lord Rama, when he concluded his pastimes, entire Ayodhya, they went back to God along with him. In the Sarayu river, there is a place also. People say this is where Lord Rama disappeared. All their subjects, any congregation, if the leaders are good, their advisors are good, everybody will go back to God, because that will be the focus. Prabhupada is quoting one verse from Bhagavatam. Yashasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvai gunais tatra samasate sura harava bhaktasya kuto mahat guna manorathena sati dhavato bahihi. One who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the devatas. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Sometimes you see, he's so nice person, very nice person, we will say. But unless one is a devotee of the Lord, he really cannot be nice, because he does not even know what is it being nice. Just like a politician, for votes, he is giving a liquor bottle to people the previous night. Oh, he is giving a liquor bottle, so nice person. If you say, that is our foolishness. So we need to really know, what is it being nice. We should call that person as a nice, wonderful person who actually takes one of the difficulties of birth, death, old age and disease. That is what. Citizens under the guidance of Krishna conscious king will become devotees. And there will be no need to enact new laws every day to reform the way of life in the state. Otherwise, keep on putting this law, that law, will not work. Yeah. If the citizens are trained to become devotees, they will automatically become peaceful and honest. And if they are guided by a devoted king advised by the devotees, the state will not be in the material world but in the spiritual world. See, Prabhupada is talking about the current state also can be in the spiritual world simultaneously. How? If the citizens are peaceful and honest. How will the citizens become peaceful and honest? How they will be peaceful and honest? By becoming devotees. And he is also told, by knowing that Krishna is the Bhokta of everything, he is the enjoyer of everything, one becomes peaceful. See, nowadays they'll say, let us, you put so many rules. What is that? Let there be a CC camera in every corner of Bharat Bhumi. Is it going to really reform people? No. Or that there be so many family court, what they call, many times I said family court means divorce court. They call it as family court. Yeah. They've opened so many family courts. Are the disputes going to come? No. So many police station problem is going to solve? No. What is going to solve the problem is by reforming the people. How can we reform the people? Not giving free buys, not giving free bus. Recently people were telling that there was a free bus scheme now in our state for all the women. Yeah. He said that some cab drivers and auto drivers are telling that. After that, previously so many people were not going. Like now everybody is going here and there. And nobody is coming there, cab and auto. Gone. Their business is gone. Like that. So, not giving free buys, not giving this thing, not putting rules and regulations, not having so many CC cameras and other things, not by all these things. How can we make the society reformed? By making people devotees. That is a simple process. It is not only why Prabhupada is talking about kingdom, now there are no kingdoms. Any congregation, any community is the same formula. Like if we can help our people become better devotees, done. They will be peaceful, they will be honest, there will be less problem. This is what it is. So we read this verse. In this verse, what are the most important points? Anybody can summarize? Give them mic. Abhishek Prabhu.
One should be guided by devotees.
One should be guided by devotee Brahmana. Yeah. Next. Anything else? Give it to him.
Krishna is punished to the devotee because he works most of the time for the Lord, and then to set an example, he does sadhana.
Yeah. And you know what? That you may be thinking, they will just maybe just like people do swadharma in 5 minutes, wishy-washy, just like a tick mark. Not like that. They do all that also as an perfect example. It's not that, when we go to office, people should not feel that, he's a devotee, he does nothing. That kind of a thing. Then better not to go to office. You can be a Paranishtita devotee, being at home. You can work from home permanently. That's better. When we go and do their Swanishtita devotee, we should do good job there also. Even as a Paranishtita devotee, we should set a good example. Yeah. Next one. This verse talked about how he ruled. Now what are the various things he was doing? It is told here. Ijeshvamedhairadhiyajñamishvaram Mahavibhutyopachitangadakshinai Mahavibhutyopachitangadakshinai Tatairvasishtasita Gautamaadibihi Dhanmanyabhisrotamasau Saraswati. In the desert countries where there flowed the river Saraswati. Mahārāja Ambarīṣa performed great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yajna and thus satisfied the master of all yajnas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such sacrifices were performed with great opulence and suitable paraphernalia with contributions of dakshina to the Brahmanas who were supervised by great personalities like Vasishtha, Asita and Gautama representing the king, the performer of the sacrifices. He is a devotee. Why is he doing all the yajnas? We will never do fire sacrifice, maybe unless there is an initiation or once in a while we do. But he was doing all these things in the presence of Vasishtha, Asita, Gautama, all these things because a king is supposed to do these things for the welfare of citizens, just to set example he was doing. That's what it is. When one performs ritualistic sacrifices as prescribed in the Vedas, one needs expert brahmanas known as Yagnika brahmanas. So when in the previous yugas that used to be there, that's how it is. But Prabhupada is warning, maybe all of you also say that I am Paranishtita devotee, and then you will also try to do some Ashwamedha Yajna and other things, immediately switching the context to current age. In Kali Yuga, however, there is scarcity of such brahmanas. Therefore, in Kali Yuga, the sacrifice recommended in Shastra is Sankirtana Yajna. Yajna Sankirtana Prayar Yajantihi Sumedasaha. The intelligent people will take up only Sankirtana Yajna. Instead of spending money unnecessarily on performing yajnas impossible to perform in this age of Kali, because of the scarcity of Agnika Brahmanas, one who is intelligent performs Sankirtana Yajna. Without properly performed yajnas to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there will be scarcity of rain. Why yajna should be performed at all? Because yajna bhavati parjanya. Because the rain will come because of performance of yajnas. Therefore, the performance of yajna is essential. Without yajna, there will be scarcity of rain, and because of the scarcity, no food grains will be produced, and there will be famines. It is the duty of the king, therefore, to perform different types of yajnas, such as the Ashwamedha Yajna, to maintain the production of food grains. Annāt bhavanti bhutani. Without food grains, both men and animals will starve. Therefore, yajna is necessary for the state to perform, because by yajna, the people in general will be fed sumptuously. The brahmanas and the yagnika priests should be sufficiently paid for their expert service. This payment is called dakshina. Ambariṣa Mahāraja, as the head of the state, performed all these yajnas through great personalities like Vasishtha, Gautama and Asita. Personally, however, he was engaged in devotional service as mentioned before. Savai mana Kṛṣṇa padhara vindayo. The king or head of the state must see that the things go on well under the proper guidance, and he must be an ideal devotee as exemplified by Mahārāja Ambarīṣa. It is the duty of the king to see that food grains are produced even in the desert countries, what to speak of elsewhere. Saraswati was flowing even in Rajasthan. So Rajasthan was the desert place. Acharyas were saying, even there was sufficient rain because of the performance of yajnas. Even though he is a devotee, he is actually on Nirapeksha stage, but still he was setting an example. He is doing his Swadharma properly, because a king is supposed to do all these things. Many times we feel that people go to some devotee and take some service. Maybe they ask him to be priest, or maybe they take some astrology advice and other things. They don't give dakshina. When there is an yajna, there should be dakshina, because they are wife and husband. They both yajna and dakshina. So when there is yajna, there should be dakshina. And if the dakshina is not there, your yajna is not complete. Even our devotee only, why to give it to him? Is my friend. You may be thinking like that. No. Even if you take it from your friend, like some kind of a samskara is performed, or some kind of this thing is done for you, even a token dakshina should be given. Many times we forget that. They are not required. Or any brahmana comes to our home, even just to, they come sit, we should give some dakshina to them. This is the proper culture. Because without the dakshina, yajna is not complete. Yeah, you will not get the benefit of receiving that guest. So always we should not forget this. Even as whatever we can give a token. Even Kolavecha Sridhar was giving. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in fact was telling that I want this, I want that, and he was collecting from Kolavecha Sridhar affectionately. But the Lord won't collect from us like that. We should only give from heart, whatever we can give. Yeah. You may think he is our devotee only, our pujari, our temple pujari. No need to give him. I know him very well. That does not make anything. I know him very well. Also, no, our Sundaranand Prabhu, no need to give him. Don't think like that. We should, whenever we take this thing, even if they come to our home, remember this. Like, we should give something. Maybe a fruit, maybe something like that. Yeah. And they born together, Yajna and Dakshina. Her name is Dakshina, is Yajna. From, like, they appeared together. And what is the most important point in this verse? Yajna is essential. In the previous ages, different yajnas are prescribed. In the Kali Yuga, Sankirtan is for the benefit of citizens, for the benefit of community members, for the benefit of everybody. Sankirtana yajna must go on. Once in a while we do other yajnas also. Why we do once in a while? To preserve the Vedic culture, to set example to this thing. Somebody asked Prabhupada, we can simply chant Hare Krishna in Vrindavan temple installation. Why do we need to call all these people? What did Prabhupada say? Anybody remembers? He said, then only they will accept our Angaraj Mandir. He said that. People, you have to do, to set example, to know that, oh, chalo, we also do. See, when people have some smoke, some tears from their eyes come, they feel that something great is going on here. But actual tears have to come by hearing the holy name of Hari. That will take a long time. At least once in a while we put big smoke, fire, come on, we are doing yajna. They will all come and a little bit they cry. They feel that, oh, something auspicious is going on here. Yeah. But to set example, those things are also necessary. Of course, but in the Vedas, it is enjoined for a Grahastha devotee that there should be Nitya Yajna. But we have to do that thing. Of course, in our Gaudiya Parampara, such things are not emphasized. That's all right, as long as we are doing our devotional service on a Paranishtita stage. That is expected actually. But if somebody is doing, you should not find fault with that. And if we identify ourselves with Svanishtita devotees, all those regulations are applicable to us also. Please remember. One more shloka. Next one. See, when he performs yajna, what was happening? It's told here. Yasya kratishu girvanai sadasya udvijojana tulya rupaschanimisha vyadrishyanta suvasasaha. Yasya Ambarish Mahāraja's kratushu, in sacrifices. Girvanai, there are devatas. There are ritvija, the priests, and animisha, also the devatas. Vyadrishyanta, they are seen, suvasasaha, well dressed and with valuable garments. So whenever Mahārāja Ambarīṣa performs sacrifice, the devatas are coming and participating in the sacrifice arranged by Mahārāja Ambarīṣa, the members of the assembly and the priests, especially Hota, Udgata, Brahma and Advaryu. The priests are of 4 types, it is told that. One who sit in the east, west, north and south, and they also read different Vedas. That's why normally it is told that these 4 types of priests, Hota, Udgata, Brahma and Advaryu. Sometimes in Telugu also we say Brahmagaru. That is different. So they saw when they were executing, the devatas were coming and they are participating in this thing. Last one for today. Svargo na prarthito yasya manujair amara priyaha Uttamashloka cheshtitam. The citizens of the state of Mahārāja Ambarīṣa were accustomed to chanting and hearing about the glorious activities of the personality of Godhead. Thus they never aspired to be elevated to the heavenly planets, which are extremely dear even to the demigods. See, these people have become so nice devotees that they don't want to go to heavenly planets. They only want to come back to Godhead. Mudgala Rishi is one such example. He said that if I have to go anywhere, I have to go to Vaikuntha. Because having gone there, nobody returns. I will go there only. That place only I want to go. Indra comes and says, Mudgal Rishi, you did so much nice tapasya. Like, I'm very happy with your performance. Come on, I will take you to Indra Loka. You can come. He said, what happens there? He said, you can enjoy. There are so many heavenly society girls. You can drink beer, unlimited. What is it called? Somarasa. Yeah. And then there are nice gardens. Yeah, Nandanavana gardens. He said, okay, you will enjoy. How long you will enjoy? He said, what do you mean by how long? Very long time. How long? He said that, yeah. He says, after that what happens? Indra says, you are really worried about that? Shine punyam matyalokam vishanti, will come back. He said, then why do I need to go and come back? Is there any place, Indra, having gone there, no one returns. Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramamama. In fact, Krishna used those words, Yad gatva nivartante tadhama paramamama. Because previously, Mudgal Rishi was saying that, he was questioning, having gone there, is there any place, having gone there, no one returns? Is there anything like that? Exact same language he uses in Mahabharata. That is my Dhamma. He says, I want to go there. Then Indra says, bye-bye. I am not with you. He will leave and then he will continue his tapasya. Mudgal Rishi's daughter only is Ahalya. Yeah. And his descendant is Drupada. And Drupada's daughter is Draupadi. So Ahalya and Draupadi both are born in the Mudgal Rishi's dynasty. Citizens of the Mahārāja Ambarīṣa were accustomed to chanting and hearing the glorious activities of the personality of Godhead. Thus they never aspired to be elevated to the heavenly planets, which are extremely dear even to the devatas. Purport: a pure devotee who has been trained in the practice of chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, and his fame, qualities, form, paraphernalia, and so on, is never interested in elevation to the heavenly planets, even though such places are extremely dear even to the demigods. They are very dear to demigods, but pure devotees don't want to go there. Narayana parasarve na kutaschana bibhyati swargapavarga narakeshvapi tulyarda darshinaha. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the personality of Godhead Narayana never fear any condition of life. The heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same to a devotee. A devotee is always situated in the spiritual world. Therefore, he does not desire anything. He is known as akama or desireless because he has nothing to desire except to render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Mahārāja Ambarīṣa was the most exalted devotee of the Lord, he trained his subjects in such a way that citizens in his state were not interested in anything material, including even the happiness of the heavenly planets. So they don't even want to go to heaven. But they are the happiest people. Yesterday or day before yesterday, there is a survey of which country is the happiest country in the world. Anybody knows? Oh, so many people are following news. Yeah, Finland. And then there are a few other countries around Finland. Norway, Sweden. In that, one more surprising thing is there. Pakistan is also more happy than India. You can't believe it. Because they are also on top and somewhere we are even below. Yeah. Then really you have to ask the question, what is happiness? When you don't have food, when you don't have water, when you don't have basic amenities, if you are really happy, we have to ask what is the definition of happiness. Maybe they will send some 2-3 terrorists in India through infiltration and we are very happy that these people threw some bombs. These most happiest countries, so-called, in one of those countries, you cannot see sun for 6 months. Yeah, there is no sunrise. How can any be happy without sun? It's not possible actually. Like one day completely dark also we feel like so much. Oh, there is no light, let's open the window, let's do this. Power went off like at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. We were immediately opening the doors to get some sunlight. So what is their definition of happiness? They don't know what happiness is. Their happiness, it is told that it is not even there in heavenly planet. Forget about Finland or whatever land, Norway, Sweden and all those countries. It is there only in doing ahaituki apratihata bhakti. That way, India is the happiest country. You can even now find people here doing this devotional service. When I went to Kumbh Mela, we were going, of course, in the flight and then in the roadway by car. I saw many sadhus. They are simply walking, going towards Prayagraj. Recently also we went one place, one ashram in Yadadri. Some simple sadhus, they got together for 2-3 days. They were just discussing Bhagavad Gita and Shastra. Of course, not everybody is a Gaudiya Parampara Vaishnava, but just we happened to go there for some official purpose. So it is there in the blood, in the culture, in the very nature of Bharat Bhumi, that the real happiness is a happiness when we connect to Krishna. Yeah. All other happiness, that is this thing. I really can't understand, what is the survey that they actually did and how did they find that people in Pakistan are actually more happy than people in, people from Bharat Bhumi. We cannot process. Then I thought it is a case study that we can ignore that happiness survey. Yeah. Prabhupada, before starting the class, we today discussed Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatvam Shanti. Happiness, peace will come by knowing Krishna. Peace will come by knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Happiness will come by worshipping that Supreme Lord. This is the peace formula and happiness formula. I'll stop here. Anybody has any questions, comments? We will take now.
These lines of peace here,
Yeah.
known as Akama or desireless, because his life is very similar to the Shekara, Viva,
Yeah.
Mahārāja Ambarīṣa,
Narakantaka Prakamam.
Avadīvita Sharada.
Yeah. I don't care. He's selling not only Kulashekar Alvar. So many verses in Bhagavatam are like that. Vritasura is saying, Nanaka Prishtam. Everybody says Dhruva Loka is so great, the zenith of material world. I don't care. Vritasura is telling, Nanaka Prishtam, Naparameshtyam. Brahma's abode, what is it? I don't care. Naparameshtyam. Oh, you want the sovereignty over earth? Nasarvabhaumam. I don't care a damn about it. Maybe you are a demon. You want to be in the lower planets. Rasadipatyam. Narasadipatyam. I know you want liberation. Punarbhavam va. Care a damn about liberation also, is telling. Maybe some people, you want siddhis, yoga siddhis. Na yoga siddhi. I don't care. He only wants, he says that, I only want the dust of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. If I have to leave your lotus feet, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. Even the Nagapatni said similar prayer. Many others have similar prayer. Yeah. Wherever you keep me, want to keep me in hell, heaven, not a problem. But let me be your devotee. That is the prayer. Yes. Mike, give mic to him. What is your name, Prabhu?
Abhishek.
Abhishek. You are a new entry in BYC? Okay. Hare Krishna. And Abhishek sitting next to each other.
Actually, like you said, means for the range we used to perform the yajnas.
Yeah.
Yajnas are, and every time you said that, and Harinama Sankirtan is one of the yajna. Means we can take that or this means I need conclusion. Means past means I had seen means when the Telangana means this state has gone separated, there are many years there were no rains. Sopan personally performed the yajnas means in the huge way, means some thousands of sadhus, means that takes any change in the nature.
So when there is no rain, you told we have to perform yajnas, but we want a conclusion, what yajna to be performed. It is told in Kali Yuga, the only yajna possible is Sankirtana yajna. So if you want rain, in fact when Prabhupada landed in Hyderabad, one journalist gave mic to Prabhupada. I have a question, Swamiji. What is your question? What is your opinion about Dvaita and Advaita? He asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said that there is no rain in your state for a long time. What have you got to do with Dvaita and Advaita? You chant, let there be rain, let there be food. Bye bye. Prabhupada went away. Yeah. So, that is the point. So, and Prabhupada was doing Sankirtana Yajna here and there in Hyderabad and around. There was rain. It's there in records also. You can hear. Recently also the book came, Prabhupada in Hyderabad, something like that, some chapters. Yeah, it is mentioned. Whenever there is a Sankirtan Yajna, there will be rain. When there is a, but I would say that, pure intention, whatever way Krishna supplies water. Yeah. We were living in one place, it was stamped, badged, passed resolution that there is no water here, it's fit for nothing, good for nothing, nothing can be cultivated here, and let's sell this off and migrate to some other place. That some people went away. But then again, some devotees went there, there is rain. This year there was no rain, but in the history, something special happened. You know, maybe some of you know, maybe knowing. They supplied the water by connected to one lake to another lake, another lake to another lake, like that many lakes were connected and we got our lake full of water. Yeah. So when the intention of the devotees is sincere, this thing. Here no one cares. In general schools they teach, rain, rain, go away. That is not Vedic prayer. Rain, rain, come again should be our this thing. In fact, every time when I keep checking the weather, especially when I'm in the farm, I post, those who are part of the group in the farm, they will know that it is. Last night also there was rain. First thing I got up in the morning, I called, is there rain? Because yesterday I told it rained. Like we were very happy. So, rain will come by sincere chanting of Hare Krishna. But should we not perform other yajnas? If we have money, if the qualified priests are available, it is possible, definitely we should conduct. That is, we are not saying that is not exactly possible in Kali Yuga, but we are not saying that there are zero priests available who are qualified. We are not saying that. There are many good priests and we meet some of them. And if they are taking assistance of those things, if the Yajamani whose intention is pure and good is there, we can even perform those sacrifices. But we are devotees. And there are other people who have money, who have all other arrangements they can do. They can certainly do like that. I remember a couple of years back, the Chinnajiyar Swami has performed big yajna when they were installing Ramanuja. The deity of Ramanuja. What is it called? Samata Murti. Yes, Samata Murti. So many priests all over India, they had come, Swamijis. They have performed such a great sacrifice. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. We are not saying that, but it is simple. Even we can perform yajna right now and let us do. Let us sing nicely Hare Krishna. Everybody should sing. No? Now we heard the glory of yajna. And somebody please come. Who wants to sing now? We'll call. Let us sing. Very nice. Sankirtan yajna. Yeah. And the rain will come. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Sitaram, 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 Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Sitaram, 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 Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Patita Pavana Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Patita Pavana Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. हरे नाम संकीर्तन की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय।